There's a rare kind of person who moves through life like a mountain, calm, solid, immovable, no matter how fierce the winds around them blow. You've seen them. While others get tossed about by gossip, setbacks, or uncertainty, they remain grounded. Criticism bounces off them, plans fall apart, yet they don't unravel. They radiate a quiet strength, a stillness that nothing outside of them seems able to touch. But what's their secret? Why do most people get swept away by life's turbulence while a few remain anchored in peace? The difference lies not in their circumstances, but in their relationship with themselves. Most people live in constant reaction mode. They get cut off in traffic and immediately boil with rage. A friend forgets to text back and insecurity creeps in. A co-worker outshines them and they spiral into jealousy or self-doubt. Their emotional world is like a ship without a rudder, tossed and turned by every wave. But what if you could step off that roller coaster entirely? What if no person, no event, no unexpected twist could ever control how you feel again? The answer isn't in controlling the outside world, it's in mastering the inner one. Carl Jung understood this deeply. He believed that the world we see is nothing more than a mirror reflecting back our unconscious mind. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. Every trigger, every irritation, every wound you feel exposed, it's all pointing to something inside of you that hasn't yet been integrated, something you've avoided facing. The world merely pokes at it, like fingers pressing on a bruise you forgot you had. Here's the raw truth most people aren't ready to accept. Nothing has power over you unless it finds something within you to latch onto. If someone insults you and it ruins your day, it's not their words doing the damage. It's the hidden belief inside of you that fears the insult might be true. If being overlooked or rejected stings, it's not the rejection itself, but the unhealed part of you that still craves validation, that hasn't yet realized your worth doesn't depend on anyone's approval. This is why two people can face the same challenge, whether it's betrayal, failure, or loss, and respond in completely different ways. One spirals into despair, convinced life is cruel. The other uses it as fuel, learning and growing stronger. The difference isn't luck or fate, it's perception. The key is to stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What inside me is reacting to this?" This process of making the unconscious conscious, of shining light on your hidden fears, insecurities, and attachments, is what Jung referred to as shadow work, and it's the foundation of becoming truly untouchable. Most people avoid this kind of work. They'd rather blame. It feels easier to believe that their boss, their partner, the economy, or their past is responsible for their suffering. It's more comfortable to stay in victim mode than to confront the uncomfortable truth. They are participating in their own misery by unconsciously reacting to unhealed parts of themselves. But here's the paradox. They are unknowingly giving away all their power in the process. The moment you recognize that no one can control your emotions without your permission, everything begins to shift. You no longer need to manipulate or manage the external world to feel safe. You no longer need to silence critics, avoid discomfort, or chase approval. Instead, you take full ownership of your internal world. And when you do that, something remarkable happens. Freedom. Not the kind of freedom that depends on circumstances, but the unshakable kind. The kind that no setback, insult, or rejection can take from you. But how do you cultivate this? How do you step into that unshaken self, immune to chaos, without numbing yourself or becoming indifferent? It begins by reversing the way you've been conditioned to operate. Most of us have been taught to control outcomes. We're told to avoid failure, to please others, to make everything go according to plan. But what Jung and every mystic, stoic and enlightened mind discovered is that trying to control the outer world is a losing game. Why? Because the world is unpredictable. People will disappoint. Plans will fall apart. Change is inevitable. The more tightly you try to grip it, the more anxious and reactive you become. The only thing you ever had control over is how you interpret what happens. Your perception is the filter through which you experience reality. Change the filter, and the entire experience changes. It's not about suppressing emotions. It's not about becoming a cold, detached robot who doesn't feel. It's about becoming so aware of your triggers, so grounded in yourself, that emotions flow through you without hijacking you. You allow them, but you don't become them. Imagine emotions like waves. Most people get dragged under by them, thrashing, gasping for air. But you can learn to surf them, to feel their rise and fall without losing your balance. This is where real power begins, not in avoiding storms, but in learning to stand still in the middle of them. The irony is that when you stop needing to control everything, life starts aligning in ways you never expected. Opportunities find you. People respect your boundaries without you forcing them. Things fall into place, not because you manipulated outcomes, but because you stopped resisting them. And scientifically, this isn't just some lofty philosophy. It's grounded in neuroscience. Studies in cognitive behavioral therapy and mindfulness have shown that the brain's default reactivity can be rewired. The more you interrupt automatic emotional reactions and consciously observe them, the weaker those neural pathways become. Over time, you train your mind to respond rather than react. You develop what psychologists call emotional resilience, but what ancient wisdom simply called equanimity, a mind that remains balanced regardless of external conditions. And once you taste that level of freedom, you'll wonder why you ever gave your peace away so easily. But let's get practical. How do you actually apply this in daily life? Start by paying attention, not to the outside world, but to your inner world. Every time you feel anger, jealousy, anxiety, or defensiveness rise, pause. Don't immediately act. Don't suppress it either. Just become the observer. Ask, what story am I telling myself right now? What part of me feels threatened? That moment of awareness is your point of power. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. You'll begin to catch yourself before spiraling, before reacting, before giving your energy away. And the more you practice, the more solid you become, like that mountain unmoved by the winds. The world will still be chaotic. People will still be unpredictable. But you'll walk through it all untouched, grounded in a deeper truth. Nothing outside of you has authority over your inner peace.